Oh yeah. This is going to blow your mind. Okay, the clear language of the 1AC's domination and possibly strife is thinking. Standard modes of communication are inadequate to express your thoughts. He even goes as far as arguing, rather provocatively, that clear language is domination. It exposes closure. Even if critical, an argument presented in a straightforward writing style can at best articulate an alternative position and replace one orthodoxy with another one. It is unable to open up, thinking that if a reader is to break free from the subtle repression that the dominant discourse disguises through its linguistic practices, he or she has to struggle with the text, grapple for the meaning of words, and be torn away, painfully, from a devoid and entrenched form of communicative subjugation. If a reader is to come to terms with his or her own prejudices, a text must challenge, puzzle, shake, uproot, disturb, and even frustrate and torment his or her or him. Okay, go. 1 second. Alright, so the alternative. Hip-hop is an elusive in the political war. It attacks the propaganda of the 1AC and spreads its rhetoric, making the alternative more powerful in its ability to solve unusual. Harry Potter, 1995. He argues, mental scenario of engagement is precisely the one that is Fanon, however, does not argue for an idealistic vision that would imagine some way out of the scenario. He argues that instead, that this mental scenario of engagement is precisely the one that the colonizing powers seek to drill in its He argues that guerrilla tactics for a battle of forays and blinds, strategic strikes that daunt the hegemonic coalition precisely because no one knows where or when they may come next. There's no way to win a battalion of tanks when they're matched up with that demonstrated most recently in Afghanistan because it does not reproduce the very terms of dominant and subordinate wanting to dominate. Okay, in which the system is. Alright, so the vernacular, I would argue at least, works precisely in the way. Is it not a monolithic battering ram? And indeed, would batter, right? But a guerrilla incursion, it steals language, steals sound, steals the media spotlight, steals everything else, and then slips away, regrouping at another unpredictable cultural site. An engagement with the forces of the hip-hop vernacular, such as Bill Clinton and Dan Quayle, discovered in the 1992 campaign, is foredoomed to the kind of bogged-down defensiveness that besets an army in the guerrilla territory. Quayle's criticism of Ice-T, like Clinton's attack on Sister Soldier, but were meant to use the subject as media-ready Willie Hortons, another couple of dangerous verbal criminals. On the other hand, in terms of actual political power, it was easy for the media to take both attacks appear petty, as indeed they were, in terms of rhetorical power. All their attacks accomplished was due to the increase of credit of the rappers. Oh yeah.
You're done? No?
Oh, you got another card? Alright, so the alternative. Hip-hop signification opens up meanings which tighten against precision and stability on both micro and macro levels. This transforms thinking and society. Same author, 1995. Okay, the initial sequence here, breaker, taker, maker, faker, works directly via homonymic slippage and is capped or surpassed by the sudden yet totally fitting connection to Schwarzenegger, which itself indirectly signifies on. Okay, and represents perhaps the oldest rapping strategy. The following lines move from sudden extended flourishes to an no. Okay, yeah, so a series of metaphoric put downs packed with internal rhymes and flavor, often with and concluding the metonymic movement of from the act of moving on, that is the offensive attack to U-Haul, well known as a lender of moving equipment such as trailers. Got 1 minute 45 seconds. All the characteristic rhetorical strategies of hip-hop signifying metonymy, metaphor, and homophonic slippage work together here to establish. Thus, on a micro level, signifying a productive agent of difference, an incursion against stability, uniformity, and homogeneity. Yet signifying politics also inevitably plays on macro level, particularly signifying as its earliest origins the linguistic games. Yeah, man, in the status quo, it's completely messed up. Hip-hop is just ruining our lives. So hip-hop is key.
I don't know.
Okay, so taking and mistaking acts of verbal exchange, which are built around the central trope of signifying as trickster figure, unlike much of the Western aesthetics, which presumes the possibility of correct and accurate reception, signifying accounts for and set into play taken of meaning. It is 30 seconds.